Hello and welcome to What I Wish I Knew, the show where each week I'm joined by the local artists, creatives and students as they show me a thing or two about what they wish they knew as a student. My name is David and I'm the host for this week's episode, and I'll be meeting two guests. Our first, I have here with me, Devon. Devon Purdy. Tell us what you do. Why are you here? What's the big thing that you're into?
Well, recently I moved to Perth a few years ago, and during my time here, I started a small company where I plan and host different events and activities around Perth.
Oh, nice.
So some of those activities include day trips, barbecues, house parties, and just fun things around the city for people to come and meet other people.
I was gonna say, sounds full on, sounds hectic.
Oh man, it's pretty crazy some weeks, yeah.
Do you tend to find that you're managing multiple events at one time, or is it one-off events every couple months or so?
Well, in the summertime, it could get pretty crazy sometimes, 3 or 4 events a week, so
nice.
It's a lot on the mind sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, easy. But what about stress? Because it's probably going to be quite a stressful load having to organise not just yourself, but other people, other caterers, and people who get involved in these things.
Yeah, it gets a little stressful, but when I get stressed, I just chill out, play some video games, and try to get my mind off of it. Nice.
You were saying before backstage that you do something called couch surfing, or you host for couch surfers, and obviously that's not a sport we're talking about here.
No, it's definitely not a sport. Couch surfing is quite similar to Airbnb, but actually is free. So as a host, I allow other guests or other travelers to stay at my house, and I have an extra room for them, and they could stay there. Usually I host somebody for a week or 2 weeks, and they stay for free. We cook together, we explore Perth together, and it's a really nice way to allow travelers to get some support from the locals in the cities that they go to.
That's pretty cool. I'm guessing you've had experience in that case then, but on the other side, where you've been traveling to Perth and around. Have you been elsewhere, or?
Yeah, last year I did 3 months around Europe. Spent most of my time in Germany, went to Netherlands, England, and quite a few other countries, and
nice.
I did couch surfing while I was traveling, and it's always been a great experience, for sure.
Oh, definitely. I'm from the UK myself, so
nice.
Yeah, traveling around is always good fun. You get to meet new different people, and couch surfing, definitely an interesting thing I'll have to take up sometime. You said, did you study in Perth? You a local boy?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I'm originally from New York City, and so I studied back at home at St. John Fisher College. And I did a study abroad semester here in Perth.
Oh, nice.
I studied at Murdoch for a semester. So that was a fun experience and completely different than the American experience you would get at university, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Do you have anything which you kind of wish you knew back then, which probably would have helped you out in the long run?
Yeah, in my second year of university, I learned so much more about the different clubs and student groups that's on campus. And at my home university, we even have groups like a pool group for people who play pool, or chess, or any type of athletic groups.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wish I'd joined some of those before, because it's such a great way to meet new people and
definitely
do the hobbies that you enjoy.
What other hobbies do you have that you tend to continue on after the high school and university phases?
I try playing American football here when I can. It's quite difficult because many of the Australians don't follow it so much. So trying to find people who are actually following it and interested in playing could be difficult, but I love to cook. I love to go out and explore, and there's a lot of national parks around, so I love going on hikes, and that's pretty fun.
Oh, good. Well, you said you like cooking. I think we did a little bit of interesting fun recently. We got you out to do some cool cooking, but we're gonna actually get you to do some in the theatre here. So we're gonna have to obviously show you what we can do with our limited resources. But we got you out for obviously doing a bit of a pre-shot before this.
Yes.
How did you find that? Was it entertaining?
It was interesting. It was quite a challenge, but I think I did very good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show you what I got.
Yeah, definitely. Well, tell us a little bit about obviously your process with way of thinking back in high school. How much money did you really have to sort of spend on those things?
In high school, I always try to focus on finding cheap options because I was always like kind of a cheapskate.
That's good. Well, we can have a look at that right here actually, because obviously we've got that video. We want to sort of show you not just yourselves and us, but everyone out in the audience, how you can actually cook with $5 or less. So we'll head across over to there and see how you went.
Nice. Yo, $5 meals, eat for cheaper. Look at the pavement.
Hello and welcome back. Devin, thank God we found the kiwi. Okay, so run us through what we're doing actually here. We've got a few different items. I'm going to assume this is the main one.
Yes.
What's your plans?
So today we're going to be making some pancakes on a budget.
On a budget.
And we're going to have some fruit included too, so a little bit healthy also.
Keep it fresh, yeah.
Exactly. So this pancake mix I actually got from Coles, the local supermarket here in Perth.
Yep.
And it's actually like a pre-made mix, so all you have to do is add water to it.
That simple.
It's pretty simple.
There we
and
go.
it makes really good pancakes too. So,
alrighty.
anyways, I usually try to get it to a consistency where it's a little thick, so then when it cooks, you get a nice fluffy pancake. I know in some cultures they have more of like thin style pancakes, or
They go
in
crepes.
America we make it a little bit more thicker. So I guess it's a little taste of home, you know.
Oh well.
You add some water, you shake it up, give it some love taps, you know.
Don't want anything clumping inside. Get that
Exactly.
batter clump in your pancakes. Not very tasty.
Yeah, and sometimes I try to play it safe so I don't add like as much water as you need in the beginning, so I can make sure that it's nice and thick, you know.
Gotcha. Now, is there anything I can do while you're doing that? Obviously, we're going to
Oh,
do
yeah.
that with
You
5
like to-
minutes. Nice quick meal to
I
make.
like to cut up the fruit for me.
Definitely.
So today we got some bananas, apple, and kiwi.
Brilliant. Now, I've never actually cut a kiwi open before. It's not a fruit that I tend to use. Is there
I can show you my
a
technique
knack to
for
it? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So this is just about nice and ready. And we'll use a little bit of butter for the pan.
So, how much butter you just tend to use? You want it to be really greasy, or
Just enough for the butter to be all around the pan.
Mhm.
And I said just about that much, you know. You can throw it on there.
Oh, there you go, bubbling away.
Yep. Just let it slide up a little bit. Remember, you don't want to put metal to the pan, you know.
You tend to have to re-butter the pan every time you go and put another
Every
set
time
of
you put a
pancakes
new
in.
pancake on,
Yeah.
you want to re-butter it. And then we get this It's a little clumpy, but it's gonna make a nice thick pancake for us, you know. And apple, we actually got an apple cutter that you
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
And just slide that down. I'll let you
Straight
do that.
down.
Just push it through.
Okay. Alrighty.
And there you go, your apples are sliced. You can always slice it smaller if you like, you know.
Just rotate and slice again. What do we do with that bit? Do you want to just say that as a
Oh,
souvenir
we'll
home?
just toss the core, yeah. And while that's cooking, I'll do the kiwi.
Alright, what's your technique? How do you start with these things?
So let me show you this. Usually I cut off the ends. And then we can just give it a nice slice, you know. Peel the skin off of that.
Some people actually eat the furry skin off the kiwi fruit. You a big fan of doing that yourself, or?
I'm not a fan of it, but man, you can eat kiwi any way you like, you know? And I see our pancake might need a little bit more heat to it.
Yeah.
So we'll just add some heat.
So how many can you go through in the pan at one time? Just the one at a time, or can you reckon you can fit on two, or?
Well, definitely when you utilize the space a little bit more better than we did here, you could throw maybe 2 or 3 on the pan at a time.
There we go. Now it's starting to cook.
Now you hear it cooking.
So hopefully we can get this cooked up.
Here. We can just slice it up a bit. Get it ready to serve.
Alrighty. Starting to go a bit brown around the edges now, so.
Yep.
And how long do you normally cook these for? Is it just until golden, or do you have like a set time frame you tend to try and keep them to? Or?
I just try to take a look at it. Sometimes you can see the bubbles coming up, and when you get all of the bubbles like popped, that's a good indication that it's ready to go. And as it's cooking,
There you go. Starting to look a little bit brown around the edges. Is that more the butter, or is that the pancake?
it's both.
Both?
To give it a little crispy edge on the outside, you know.
Alrighty, well, let's see if we can flip this one over.
Yeah, we'll give it a little flip.
Might not have time to try it right away on camera, but you can always take it off offset.
Let me see, I got a nice golden color on that.
That looks good. Alrighty,
That's how
well,
we do it, man. You got some fruit, you got the pancakes. Nice healthy breakfast under $5.
exactly. And how many do these do? Probably about 3 or 4 big pancakes.
About 3 or 4 you could do.
It's alright. Well, what we can do is, obviously we're going to wait for this one to cook up anyway. We've got all the fruit ready to go. Do you just chuck them straight on the pan, make them all nice and warm?
Straight on the plate, and
Yeah.
you can eat it, ready to
Oh,
go.
easy peasy. Nice and simple. Have we got any plates which nearby? Start dishing some of this up.
So with that, it's ready to go.
Perfect. I'll chuck a
You can
couple
just
of these
add any
on.
fruit you want.
I don't know, make it look real pretty. There we go. And some banana. Done.
And straight like that.
There we go. Nice and healthy. Pretty simple. Could say almost fantastic. Well, thank you, Devon. That actually obviously looks really delicious. We'll have a bite of it a little bit later, but unfortunately we don't have much time left on the show, so we're going to have to say goodbye to you for today. Hopefully, obviously, you have good luck in your endeavours, especially as the event manager. I'll probably get involved with some of those in the future.
Well, thank you, man. I
No,
appreciate
brilliant.
it.
Thank you very much. As a student, money is fairly scarce, so how do we balance our finances? With healthy eating? Well, we went to ask the public as to what they thought.
How did you manage your finances when you were at uni?
I was an international student, so I was working overnight for 3 nights, and then working in the going back to uni in the morning. So it was hard. It was very hard.
Yeah, I still save money. I still, pay board and all that stuff. Yeah, I still pay, because I have a car, I still pay insurance and stuff like that. Yeah, so going out's a bit difficult for me at the time of, spending all this money on bills and stuff.
Write down all of your expenses and add them all up. So you go, how much is my water? How much is electricity? How much is my phone bill? Try and be really brutally honest with yourself about how much you'll probably spend. So if you go, well, when you're in a good mood, you'll go, oh, I don't drink, it'll be fine. And then you realize every Friday you go out and you spend $60 on beer, then budget that $60 for beer. You're don't screw yourself over, be brutally honest. Once you've figured out all of your expenses, so rent, water, electricity, mobile bills, fuel, car registration, all of that stuff. Once you've got all of that down, then you can figure out how much money do I actually need coming in, and any discrepancy between that. So if you're spending say $1,000 a week and you earn $1,500 a week, then you've only got $500 play money. So from there you got to figure out what you're going to do with it. But yeah, as far as budgeting your finances, it's be really honest and start with all your necessities first.
Stop spending money on unnecessary things. Fashion is important, but you can't spend each and every penny on those unnecessary things. So we have to be controlled.
I worked all the way through uni on a part-time basis as a checkout chick at Woolies, and that certainly helped with the finances during that time. I had some spending money, but it does eat into your study time.
Well, I was lucky in that my parents did help me out, but I was very prudent with how I spent my money. So, just tried really hard not to overdo things and didn't get into too much debt. So I was lucky that I did have that support of my parents, and I didn't have a student loan or anything. So I guess live within my means as much as I could. Yeah.
Once you really want something that there's something there that you really want, you get your mind into it and you'll start saving for that.
Mm-hmm.
So really focus on what you want and then you can just go for it.
What I try and do is I take out cash, and that's my weekly allowance. So what I have in cash is all I have, which is kind of good because it's almost old school in a way. Because you literally, if you don't have any cash, you don't have any cash. Whereas these days you can kind of overdraw accounts, get credit cards and all that stuff. So that's what I try and do at the moment. It's working so far.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Definitely check your bank account on the regular, I think is the best advice, because I'll just spend money sometimes and go, I'll check it tomorrow, and then check it tomorrow and go, yep.
I have an Excel spreadsheet where I keep track of everything I buy and how much I make every week and how much I put into savings. And I've only been doing that for a month, but it's been a good month, so.
I don't spend money on rubbish.
There's apps that do it, actually. So you can download apps that plug straight into your, for me it's CommBank, and it tracks your spending, and you can do it. You can assign what stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. Some apps like that, which really helps.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just spend what I earn, and I don't go into excess. I don't go into credit.
I get help from my mum because she's got her own job. She manages her money very well, so I always get advice from her and see what I should do and get the pros and cons of different things and get help from her.
Welcome back. Now for our second guest, Josie Deacon. Hi, Josie. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What I've heard is you're I was going to say biologist again.
Environmental scientist.
Environmental scientist.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with environmental science?
Well, I just graduated, so I don't know if I would call myself an environmental scientist as such, but I think that is the name to what I've learned, I suppose. Environmental science versus a biologist, you can go that route down, but environmental science, you can have more of a wider opportunity. You can go into consultancy, or you can work mining as an environ, or you can just go into contamination in the field. I mean, there's a wide range of possibilities.
Wow, let's get a bit sort of hands-on.
A lot of hands-on. You work in the field most of the time, or in the labs if you take it more the chemistry route. Yeah.
Well, at least you're getting outdoors. It's always good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said before, offset, that you're into like surfing and martial arts and such.
Yeah.
So basically bringing that same energy from out in the field to obviously into your personal life as well.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy the outdoors and just spend as much time there as possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you done much travelling, gone around Australia or elsewhere outside?
Australia, mainly just Western Australia, because my brothers are here. But I was doing my degree in Ireland, and in Europe it's very easy to get around, so I travelled a lot throughout Europe, especially with my degree. We did a lot of field trips abroad, Portugal, England and all that, so yeah.
Nice. Well, then come back to obviously Perth. You did your studies here in Perth.
Did I just do my studies here?
Some of your studies were done
Oh,
in
no,
Perth?
no, not at all. I just moved here about a week ago, but I'm hoping to do my honours next year here in Perth, so we'll see how that goes.
Brilliant. Well, what was the most important thing about going to uni? Did you find you picked up any good skills which you kind of wish you started with?
Yeah, I'd say mainly the socialising part of it. I went to a new uni where I knew nobody. I had no family, I had no friends really. So you just had to put yourself out there and just really enjoy every moment, I suppose, yeah.
Well, when it comes down to obviously cooking and such, obviously we did a bit of a segment with you earlier, gathering some of the different foods and such for a bit of a cooking course in studio. I guess we'll have to see how that one went.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the $5 meal. We're going to be making some hummus and crackers. Garlic. Lemon. Very nice. Very cheap. Very nutritious. Crackers, and then we'll be done. Took the wrong aisle, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Sweet crackers, very nutritious.
Hello and welcome back. Josie, so the ingredients we have here are to be making hummus. Tell us, why don't we just go out and buy hummus?
Because store-bought hummus has a lot of preservatives and added chemicals and MSG, which personally I don't particularly like, even though it tastes unbelievable. I prefer making my own. This was I had hummus in my fridge in uni every day, and the NutriBullet saved my life a lot of the time. So this is a meal I had all the time.
Nice.
A meal, snack, or whatever.
Quite healthy, quite light.
Yeah.
So, how do we start it?
All right, so very easy, not too much mess, so that's the good thing about it.
Grab some of these out of the way for you.
If we got a knife to cut that lemon, it'd be great. Just in half or whatever, doesn't really matter.
So do we have a chopping board I can grab?
You can just do it on the
plate
there, it's grand, yeah.
Done. Any just chunks?
Yeah, just like in half, so I can squeeze it in there. Yeah, that'll be great.
Simple.
So we're just gonna drain the chickpeas off.
Yep.
You don't really want the chickpea juice because it's not that nice.
So it would make it quite bitter.
Yeah, and also it's been sitting in there. It's got a lot of unnecessary tastes. And then you would squeeze your lemon in there.
Both sides?
Both sides. You try not to get the pips. I think I've got one or two in there. I'll scoop out just now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty simple like that. Garlic. I personally love a lot of garlic, but some people might not enjoy it. So it really depends on you. A normal serving would be like a clove.
Just
two.
a clove, 2.
And you just pop that straight in there, and also because it is raw, it tends to taste a lot stronger. Yeah, so just gotta see how you enjoy it.
Is there anything else which you tend to put into the hummus? Is it just that and blend it away?
I would normally add tahini, which is a sesame paste, which
Yeah.
gives it a little bit more taste, but we don't have that here today, so
Nice.
we're just gonna keep it very simple.
Okay, well, we don't have much time really to get
Okay,
this one
so
done, but that's
get it
okay.
done.
We can get it blended away.
Basically,
How long do you blend it for?
blend until it's smooth or
So it's
chunky,
smooth,
depends
chunky.
the consistency you enjoy. Yeah.
And then serve with your water skin crackers.
And just with your crackers, and that's
Done.
it. You might need to add a bit of liquid now and again to it.
To stop it from clumping, sticking.
Yeah, I prefer it a lot chunkier than it is, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then you add your seasoning, salt, pepper, whatever,
Gotta do
and
a lot
then you
of
have a
pepper.
very...
Pepper is my favourite. so.
Pepper, yeah. And then you have a very nice vegan meal.
Done.
There we go.
We can give that one a try in a second.
Yeah.
Nice and simple. All right, well, let's have a bit of a go with this.
Yeah. So if you do want it a lot more smoother, you just add a bit of water or olive oil even. Depends. But yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to be able to go through all that one, but it's okay. We can continue on with the rest of the segment, which is it's Michael, Paris Mitchell, who's performing for us today, Volkswagen. I don't know if I've ever heard this one before.
Let's dance, feeling good. Take my hand, you can be my Missy, I'm your man. Go for a drive, you're my Volkswagen. Booty bouncing, body curvy, real trippy like the 60s. So German got me Berlin. She's swerving and that girl my Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen, like beep beep. Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen, like beep beep. I want your love, be my bug, my V-dub-a-dub. One little cruise ain't enough, no, I'm wanting more. Tell me what I need, you can drive me home. Beat it when I'm dragging, losing or flagging. All I really need is a Volkswagen. Booty bouncing, body curvy, real trippy like the 60s. So German got me Berlin. She's swerving and that girl my Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen, like beep beep. Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen, like beep beep. Volkswagen. Forget all the dramas when we're riding and we're cruising, baby. Love, you're my type to be my Beetle, be my ladybug. You're a 69 original, something special, you're something else. Vintage and you got me revving. Booty bouncing, body curvy, real trippy like the 60s. Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen, like beep beep. Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen, like beep beep. Volkswagen. She's my Volkswagen. Shit.